Hello, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at the top 5 cars for young families under £5,000. This is part 1 of a 2-part series. The next episode will be out next week at the usual time of 5 PM on a Saturday. There are a couple of criteria for this video. The first being that the car has to have a good boot. The second being that the car needs to be very safe. With all that said, let's get into this. At number 5 today, we have the Jaguar XType. You can get a decent example of a well-trimmed sport model for around £1,300, making it one of the cheaper cars on this list. However, it is also one of the oldest. This car has a good sized boot, but is on the smaller side compared to the rest of the video. However, it still has plenty of space for everything a family could throw at it. The car is very comfortable, especially for long distances, having extremely comfy seats. In the back seats, there is room for 3 people, but it will be a tight squeeze, so there's not much space. If you get a car made post 2005, you can get Bluetooth, which is very important in today's modern age. You get leather, electric seats as standard, which is a nice touch. The car's build quality is good, and so are the materials, although not as good as in the German rivals of the time. The Jag is sporty to drive without impairing too much on ride quality. The car's diesel engine can achieve around 50 miles a gallon, which is good for a car of this size. An automatic is available if you want one, and expect to pay an extra £1,000 on top of the manual price. The car is known to need servicing often, so keep that in mind before buying one of these, and ask the dealer to see the service history to check that it has been maintained properly. This car got a 4-star Euro NCAP safety rating, which is the lowest on this list. Overall, I think that the car is good if you only have 1 or 2 children given its smaller size. But if you like a car that is comfortable and can drive sportily, then you should definitely be considering this car. In 4th place today, we have the BMW 3 Series Touring. You can get a high mileage early 2006 model for around £2,000, but lower mileage newer models go for around £4,000. Like the Jaguar, the boot is good, being an estate, but it is not huge. Saying that, it will easily take anything you need to. The car has most sporty driving on the list, but sadly, this means it has a firm ride. Comfort is still good though, with very good sport seats, helping on those longer journeys. The car can have some nice features if you find the right one, including sat-nav, Bluetooth and cruise control. This car is sure to be safe, getting a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating, and having driver aids such as stability and traction control. Being a BMW, the build and material quality are second to none for a car of this class, and this helps to make the car feel more premium. When buying this car, ask the seller if the recall work has been done. If not, ask them to get it done for you or just walk away, as this car fell into BMW's major recall for cars made between 2007 and 2011. The 320D engine is the pick of the range, getting good economy of around 50 miles a gallon and having better performance than the other engines in the class. Overall, I think this car is good if you like a sporty drive and want a car that looks like it's worth a lot more than it actually is. Coming in 3rd place, it's the 2011 Volkswagen Touran SE. This car can be bought for around £3,000 for a high mileage earlier example. You can't get a much newer or lower mileage example for more money, as this car has not had time to truly depreciate yet. The SE is a mid-spec car, getting bigger alloys and more sporty styling. This is the 2nd largest car on the list, and is one of 2 that has 7 seats. In 5-seat mode, this car has a cavernous boot, however in 7-seat mode, boot space is minimal. With all seats folded, the car becomes almost van-like, given its boxy shape and dimensions. Passengers will have plenty of space in the front 2 rows, but in the back 2 seats, it is only really suitable for children. The car has been set up with comfort in mind, and having a soft suspension helps with this. Despite being boxy, the car is very quiet inside, making longer journeys more bearable. The car has many interior storage spaces, making there lots of space to store your things. Given it's a VW, you can expect a sturdy, high-quality interior, which will be sensible but very well thought out and easy to use. The car is no sports car to drive, and is not a patch on the BMW or Jaguar, but for an MPV it's not horrendous, managing corners in a sensible fashion. You should avoid the 1.6 diesel unless you really want good fuel economy, as it is deathly slow. Get the 2-litre diesel if you want a good balance of economy and performance. The car is available with Park Assist, which, like in the Ford Focus in the last video, the car will park itself for you if you want it to. The car gets a 5-star Euro NCAP rating. Overall, I think this car is good for families who require extra space or have more than 3 children. At second place, we have the 2005 Audi A6 S-Line. You can pick one of these German estates up for around £2,000 for a high mileage older example, but for a lower mileage newer model, expect to pay around £4,500. The car is roomier than the other 2 estate cars on the list, as it is in the class above them, rivaling the likes of an E-Class or a 5 Series. The boot is very accommodating and it will have more space than most people need. There's acres of space in the back, letting your passengers get comfy and stretch out. The car is superbly well built and has sublime interior quality, and without question the most refined, luxurious car on the list. For the time, the car has a good infotainment system, but it will be feeling a bit old now as the car is over 15 years old since the first model was released. The car is very good for long journeys with excellent sound insulation and comfortable seats. The Audi is reasonably good on fuel with a 2-litre diesel engine and has decent performance as well. The car has a slightly sporty drive, but not too much that upsets the comfort that this car provides. It gets a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating. Overall, I think the car is good if you want a more luxurious, refined option without having to get rid of good handling. In first place, we have the 2014 Citroen Grand C4 Picasso exclusive. Being made from post 2014, this car is the newest on the list, but don't think that will affect the price, as it starts from £5,000, which is insane given this car cost £25,000 when it was new. This car is a humongous boot, and with all seats folded, this car can be used as a van, as the space would rival a smaller van at 2,100 litres. In 5-seat mode, there is about 750 litres, which is still very good, but in 7-seater mode there is not much room at all. There is lots of space for passengers in all rows, although the third will be tighter than the other 2. The car is most definitely built for comfort. The car has very wide opening doors, which is good for older citizens if they struggle to get in and out of cars. The car has a futuristic theme throughout, which helps make it more interesting than rivals. Citroen claim it gets 6 meters squared of glass, which is insane. A large chunk of this is the panoramic front windscreen, which extends over the front passenger and driver's heads. The interior is very light and airy due to all that glass, which helps to feel more premium. The build quality is fine, but not as good as the Touran's. The car is still very comfortable to drive, being very quiet, roomy, and having very comfortable seats. The infotainment system consists of 2 screens, the top one being the driver's 12-inch informational display, which has things such as a speedometer and rev counter, and the second is a smaller 7-inch display that controls things such as the radio and the car's settings. This car could really do with more physical buttons for things like volume and controlling the temperature, as this is all done through the 7-inch touchscreen, which should be hard to use whilst driving. Citroen also claim that the car can achieve over 70 miles per gallon with the diesel engines, making it the most economical car on this list. The car is not much fun to drive, as its suspension is set up with comfort in mind, so if you want a more sporty drive, then you should be considering the VW Touran if you're looking for an MPV. This car looks much more expensive and premium than it actually is. It gets a 5-star Euro NCAP rating. Overall, I think this car is good if you want lots of space and a very comfortable, easy to live with car. Thank you for watching the video and I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and comment anything that you think would help make the videos better. Please also consider following me on Instagram, which will be linked in the description. If you liked what you saw in this video, then feel free to check out my other videos, which are also linked in the description. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.